White lies. I lie to grieving families for a living. They come to me in droves. They arrive at my door, red-eyed and pale-faced. I watch the tears well up and hear their voices crack with forlorn hope when they ask me to speak to the ones they've lost. There are plenty who doubt me, of course. I've been called a liar, a fraud, and far worse besides. I've had rocks thrown through my windows by angry friends and relatives of the bereaved, accused of exploiting the most vulnerable people in their darkest moments. I never rise to any of it. I never raise my voice when my detractors spew their bile at me, or raise a hand when they threaten me with violence. In all these years, I've never felt the need. As much as they might try, they can't deny the truth of what I reveal. My reputation speaks for itself. I've led my clients to the exact spot their loved one left a treasured heirloom. I've unveiled secrets that they swear the deceased would only confess under the most terrible torture. I know things that only the dead themselves, or those who were there when they passed, could know. I've even led a few to shallow graves, stood with them as the pitiful remains are unearthed. They weep and wail as it happens, but I'm only giving them what they asked for. I've never been soft-hearted, and over the years, I've only grown more cynical from the things I've seen and heard. But nonetheless, my conscience still gets the best of me. When my clients ask the inevitable question, I always say the same thing. I tell them that the ones they cared for are happy. I tell them that they are at peace on the other side. I tell them that they're safe and content, surrounded by all the other good souls who've passed on. I tell them that they're waiting for them, that they'll be together again when the time comes. I lie. I lie about the desperate pleading of the dead. I never breathe a word to the living of how their loved ones sob through the echo of hopeless voices. I don't share what they tell me about the endless, howling void, or how mine is the only voice they've heard in an eternal silence. I can't bear to utter what they reveal about how they feel nothing but the relentless, all-consuming cold. The doubters are right. I am a fraud. I lie to every desperate soul who knocks on my door. But I would rather lie than visit even more suffering on a grieving family. There will be plenty of time for suffering later when they, and I, go to the dark chasm that's waiting on the other side.